Hello friends! Welcome back to my channel, A Little Geek, A Little Chic. It has been a hot minute. August was crazy busy, which I'm sure you'll hear me say in a few videos. I'm filming a couple for you guys so I can get some content out because I know that I miss you and I hope the feeling is mutual. But let's just get on into the thing that everybody loves, and that is the monthly book haul. So I have a stack over here that I acquired in the month of August. So grab yourself your beverage of choice. Today, since it's fall, I'm having an adult crisp beverage. So if you're of age, grab one too, or just get a coffee or a tea and join me for my August book haul. Let's put this over here. Ooh. Just about had a book haul incident. But I have all the books I got in the month of August in front of me, stacked up on a little step stool. So at some point I will have to bend down further to grab them for you guys. But in no particular order, we're just going to go through the books that I got and where I got them from. So to start off, I have a book that I do have in an anthology bind up, but I got this pocket paperback from my aunt because I said a lot of stuff about me wanting to read it, and she said, I'm sorry the cover's ripped off and it's in bad condition, but you know what? Based on the story, it kind of adds to the ambiance of the book, and I'm super excited to read it, and I'm going to read this little one too, because it's just eerie, and it adds to it. And I am doing this book as a buddy read with Kim over at Bookshelf Bunny in the month of September. So that is Anne Rice, Interview with a Vampire. As you can see. How creepy is this? It just adds to it, right? So I quite love it, and I'm just going to take it around with me. Also, it makes a nice little bookmark for where you left off. But it can still be loved, it can still be read, and then I don't have to haul this giant anthology around with me, which I really appreciate. So I'm going to read this one in the month of September. And thank you again to my aunt for handing that off to me. I am super thrilled. The next book I got as a Christmas in July. So my husband's family and we haven't seen them since, we've seen them here and there in passing, but we haven't gone for a visit since September 2020 because COVID. And they live 3 hours away in a small town. I have a small town vlog that may or may not be up yet when you see this one. If it is, go click on it, get a little glimpse of what it's like to hang out in a small town for a few days, and our back homecoming since COVID, and it was quite a great time. We had a great couple of days, and we got to have a little bit of a Christmas. So some of my favorite Christmas gifts from them were, as always, I love getting my husband's mother likes to get me chocolate bars because I love Bounty bars. You know, like the little, I don't know if that's a Canadian thing, because I know in the States, I think you guys have like Almond Joys or Mounds, which is just like the coconut covered in chocolate. And they're also kind of like the Ruffles cookies from back in the day. But it's a chocolate bar. It's 2 pieces. It's just coconut nougat covered in chocolate, and they're delicious. And so like every year she gets me chocolate bars, and I think she clears out the local store because this year I think I got 20, and I am so excited. I've already eaten a few, so I'm not gonna say how many, but I really like them. So I put them away, and then they last me a good part of the year, and I'm very excited to eat those. And a giant jar of olives. So what you might not know about me is I love olives almost as much as I love books. So I got a giant like wholesale jar full of olives, and I am thrilled. I've already started eating it. Then I got some books. So they really hit it on the mark this year with things that I love. And some of the books, one of the books I've never heard of, and it is called The Loveliest Chocolate Shop in Paris. It's about a lady who, I believe she works at a chocolate shop but doesn't really have any training in actually making chocolates, or she obtains or inherits a chocolate shop. And so she starts to train with this chocolatier And that's about all I know about it. I just know there's also recipes in it, which are super fun when there's a book that also contains recipes. So I'm excited to get into this one and see what it is. So I have a feeling it is blurbed on the front by Sophie Kinsella. So Shopaholic, shout out. Love Sophie Kinsella. This will probably be a great book if she is willing to blurb it and she enjoyed it. So I will check that one out for sure. And yeah, this is the next one they got me. This one I've wanted to read for a very long time. It has been on my wish list for years, and I am definitely late to the game booktube-wise on this one, and it is Catherine Senner's Things You Save in a Fire. From what I know about this book, it's about a female firefighter in Boston, and she has to become, I think she becomes the first female fire chief, potentially, or she's going for high ranking in the department, and she has to deal with all of the misguided views and stuff that gets put on her for being a female in the fire department, along with other life issues that she deals with along the way. And apparently it is an amazing book, and I've heard absolutely nothing but fantastic things about this book, and I intend to read this hopefully soon. I think this is probably going to be a fall book for me in November and stuff. I like to read more literary fiction, historical fiction, true crime, thrillery kind of books in fall, winter area, and fantasy. I kind of start to steer away from the fluffier stuff and go towards more of my darker shelves on the other side of the room that you guys can't see in this video. But yeah, so that is going to be read hopefully in November, October, November. We'll see where I put it in the TBR list. The next book is definitely 100% getting read in October. So this also is from the in-laws for Christmas, and I thank them very much because I am so excited to read this one. This one is one of my most anticipated books, and I am going to read it in October, and I am so excited. And everybody's gonna know what it is. Grady Hendrix, you guys, this horror store. If you're not familiar with Grady Hendrix, he writes Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Read that last year. Loved it. Is it gruesome and grotesque? Yes. And it is fantastic, and it has all the grossness and the vibes that I want for spooky season. So in October, I plan on reading his other book that I have on my shelf, My Best Friend's Exorcism. It's the second book of his that I acquired. I've not read that yet, but I plan on reading that one in October. So spoiler alert for the October TBR. I also want to fit this one in October. I want to get a bunch of Grady Hendrix in because he just encompasses the grossness and the horror vibes and the spooky vibes. And what this is it looks like an IKEA catalog. And it's even like formatted out like an IKEA catalog. It's even like the size of an IKEA catalog. Let's see if I can find something that's like, there's like little how-tos and like buildings and a map of the store and like the cost sheet for how much things are. It's fantastic. I'm so excited to read this. And basically what it is, the premise is these employees work at this warehouse to style home store, and weird things start happening. So they stay overnight to determine what's going on with the store, and stuff happens from there. And I don't know very much about it. I don't want to know anything else about it besides that. And I'm just ready for the experience that is this IKEA-esque horror story, and I'm so thrilled to read this. It is so entertaining, and the media is so unique for this book that my husband, who doesn't read very much, is also interested in reading it just because of the way he approaches this story and how he's delivered it in like a catalog format is super enthralling. So definitely going to be on my list for October. Then another book that I got from my aunt. She dropped off a bag of books at my door. Some of them will go to little free libraries in the area, which I hope to do soon. I've been really wanting to do that for a while, and I want to do it before it gets really gross and snowy out. But this book was in there, and because I love true crime, I am super excited to find out more about murder in Spokane. So Mark Furman's best-selling Murder in Greenwich led to Michael Scal's arrest. So now America's foremost detective turns his investigation and brilliance to the Spokane and the serial killer responsible for the deaths of at least 18 women. And I'm excited to read this. I'm always ready for a true crime. I want to know what happened. I know nothing about this one. And maybe once I start reading it, I'll realize that I have heard about it. But this one I know really nothing about, and I am enthralled to find out more. So 18 women murdered and killer at large. And this guy is going to write a book and hopefully help lead to the capture of whom he thinks is responsible. Gives me the vibes of I'll Be Gone in the Dark, which I read last year. You know, independent individuals formatting plots about who done it, and it actually leads to real life arrests. So super excited about this one. Put that in my true crime shelf. I always love a good true crime. Then when we went to the lake for a week, there is a little lending free library situation at the lake we go to, located inside the credit union. So you go in and there's by the ATM, it's usually empty, and it's just a whole bunch of books. You can take a book, leave a book, exchange a book, and I found 2 gems in there that I'm so excited to read. One of them I am scared for because I have heard it was an Oprah book club pick, and Oprah girl, you know I love you. I love you so much, but your book club books and we just have never been best friends. Reese Witherspoon and our tastes are impeccably similar. Loved every book that she has picked. And she does a good range. Oprah's book club it's a lot, it's very focused a lot on the deep literary novels that or true life stories. Like I think Long Walk to Freedom was a book club pick for Oprah, and those are tomes, those are reads. They are tough. This one I've heard good things about in regards to cultural norms and the lighting change because it's dark outside, so sorry about that. And things like racism in society and trying to fit in with a new culture, etc., a new group of people when you're not from there. And it is Andre Dubus, House of Sand and Fog. Now, like I said, I did get it from a free library situation, so it didn't come with its cover, but that's okay. And so I kind of got the gist of what it's about from Goodreads. Let's see if I can help you guys with the coloring. I don't think it's gonna work because it just got dark outside, but oh well, we'll just continue on with the sepia look. It's fall after all. And I know that this is about a family potentially planning a wedding or something for their daughter, potential neighborhood murder or racism that they have to deal with, and that's about all I know. I don't want to know too much because I don't want to shy away from reading it. I know it'll be a dark one. I know it'll be a deep one. So if you've read this, let me know. Is that fitting my description, or is it totally completely different? Is it not dark and like deep at all? Is it more just like lighthearted? But I really don't think it is. So yeah, got that one from the free little library at our lake. And the other one I got from the free little library at our lake, super thrilled on, and that is 5 Little Indians. This book is huge right now. It was published, I want to say recent, but it could have been too recent. Oh yeah, 2020, so very recently. It's about 5 individuals, Aboriginal individuals who went to, or their family went to residential schools. And I think it's about 5 students who went to residential schools and what their life is now after leaving the residential school. And it just kind of follows those 5 individuals. This is a super topical issue right now in Canada. I wish it wasn't. I wish things like this never happened, but history is sad and disturbing at sometimes, and authors like this who can take it and write and help guide us to understand how so many lives can be changed and affected by events, even that happened even before my time, is something everybody should read. So I'm excited to get into this and read this book and see how I feel about it. I believe it is a fictional work based on true accounts, so I will let you know how I feel about that once I get to this in my wrap up. I will probably again be reading this one in like October, November, because again, it's more of like a historical literary writing that I usually gravitate more towards those months of the year. The next book I got my hands on was, I believe, from another free library, or it was from my aunt. I can't really remember, but I know I've been wanting to read this forever, and I have never owned a copy. You guys, Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. How great is this book to read in spooky season? It's not spooky, but it's a murder mystery, and hers are very whodunit-esque, and I'm very, very excited. A game Clue style, like this. And I'm going to read this guy, I believe, in October. If not, we'll see how many books I have lined up for October, because I have this whole thriller-esque and then horror down here section behind me. So I have quite a lot of books to potentially add to an October TBR, but hopefully I'll make this one a priority, because I'm very excited to read it and see what it's all about. Because I've read, I don't think I've read any any Agatha Christie's yet. I was going to say Margaret Atwood, that's Handmaid's Tale. I don't think I've read any Agatha Christie's yet. I think this will be my first one to start with. I also have And Then There Were None by her, which is down there. So if you've read Agatha Christie, let me know which one I should start with. If it should be Murder on the Orient Express, or if it should be And Then There Were None, which is behind me on the shelf, because I need to pick one of those up in October for sure. Okay. Next book that I got was this one here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. No, I got this at Value Village. I went one day, I had some time to kill, and I found 2 books at Value Village for under $5 a piece. One of them, super excited, because I've read a number of this author's books before and love her writing. She enthralls me, and that is Ruth Ware. Miss Ruth Ware, the queen of thriller herself. I call her that. I don't think anybody else does, but I do. And her book, The Death of Ms Westaway. If you're not familiar with this book, it's been making its rounds for quite some time here on BookTube, and it is basically about a woman who receives this note about being an heir to a family fortune. However, she is not related to said person and has no idea why they've contacted her. It must be a mistaken identity. So she goes, because she needs money though, to this estate to claim her portion of the fortune, and realizes that there's more to it than they let on in the letter. Her and the other heirs have to basically stay there for a day or the week or whatever it is, and things happen. So not sure where this is going from there. I don't want to know too much because it's a thriller, so I am going to read this and hopefully love it just like I did her other ones. I really want to pick this up right now, but it's not on my September TBR, so it will have to wait until I finish my September TBR and have room, or until October rolls around and I can put it on a TBR. The last book, you guys are going to laugh at me because this is a problem I know zero about. And like I said, I have a problem with this author. I have a problem that I purchase everything I see that this author has written when I see it for a good price, even though I've never read one of his books. And I have a stack of his books over here that I need to pick up. But I found this one at Value Village, and it was under $5. And I was like, well, might as well add that to the stack of books I have to read by Michael Crichton. And this one is State of Fear. I know nothing about this one. It just says, in Paris, a psychiatrist dies after performing a laboratory experiment on a beautiful visitor. In the jungles of Malaysia, a mysterious buyer purchases a deadly captivation technology built to his specifications. In Vancouver, a small research submarine is leased for use in the waters of New Guinea. And in Tokyo, an intelligence agency tries to understand what it all means. So I don't know what this is about, but it sounds intriguing, and it's Michael Crichton. I can't say no to Michael Crichton. He now lives with me, with the other Michael Crichtons, and I will have to actually get to those. So that is it for me, my friends, and the books that I acquired in the month of August. Hope you enjoyed this little haul wrap up. I will be coming at you with another video very shortly. I have quite a few to post. So thank you so much for watching. I enjoy all of your comments. Please leave them down below. Be sure to like this video if you liked it and hit that subscribe button down below. As always, thank you for all of your likes, all of your subscribes, and I will see you soon with another video.